Alright guys, do you know what day it is? It's closet day! We're going up the stairs! We're going through the hallway! We're coming all the way up the stairs! I'm at the door! Hi, I'm Julie. That's Alyssa back there. And this is Stitching at the Cabin. Originally, this is the closet in question. Originally, it had a shelf, the pole to hang things on, and nothing else. So I had stuff stacked everywhere. Some of that did not make it back in because it didn't belong in there to begin with. But the majority of what you see in those pictures is now in here, along with almost everything out of that cabinet she showed you, and things from a cabinet down the hall, and a bunch of stuff from another cabinet in the hall. So there's a lot of extra stuff in here that was not in here before. So you should be impressed. Be impressed. So step one was to take everything out. And I sent Alyssa some pictures of this room full of stuff. It was bad. It was bad. And we were filming in here all those weeks that we were saying the closet exploded. That was us in a little space. So after I got everything out, then I had to demo. And I did this mostly by myself. I just got to the end where I couldn't get stuff off the walls. And it turns out things are siliconed onto walls, which I was not aware of. And you have to use a saw to get the burr off. So I didn't know that. My husband was kind enough to help with that. But otherwise, what you see, pictures I gave Alyssa, that was me dismantling the closet. So we got that stuff out. And then I had to kind of patch up the walls. Pink spackle is awesome. It turns white. I think there's a picture of that. And paint. Alyssa helped. So any flaws you see, that was Alyssa. Everything that's perfect, that was me. Now the color, you guys might not like, and I don't know how well it'll come across, but I wanted periwinkle. I knew from the outset that I wanted periwinkle because I've always loved the look of like a periwinkle with like white sheer curtains and the breeze blowing, very relaxing, spa, tranquil. But I've never had a house where anybody was okay with me spying it up. But this room is mine. I can do whatever I want in that closet. I do whatever I want. I didn't have to get anybody's permission. I didn't have to ask anyone if it was okay, if they liked it, if they thought I was insane. I just did it. I ended up really liking it, but I think it's gonna look more blue than periwinkle, but in real life it's just a bold periwinkle. So I used a company called Easy Closets. I'm just kidding, there's no. I used Easy Closets. Dan was the man. He's the one I worked with, and I initially was designing my own, but I was trying to get a corner in there. I thought there was maybe a corner system, and I couldn't find a way to smoosh one in with the design tool. So I just reached out and said, hey, can you design it for me? Which is a free service they do. So I went back and forth with Dan, and this turned out to be the 5th iteration. But he was always really receptive. I highly recommend them. After we got everything all dismantled and remantled in there, they had shipped it. I ordered it. They actually shipped it the next day. I got it within like 4 days, and there should be pictures of boxes. Boxpalooza in the game room over there. That night my husband started installing. We did it together. I mean, I fetched, he installed mainly. And we got it all up in there. There was a drawer that had a hole in it. there was the bridge that connects the two pieces. They accidentally manufactured upside down, so it didn't look right, and it wouldn't have been stable had we kept it the way it was. And then there was a shelf that had a little bit of peeling on the front. So I sent them. He replied within an hour. Customer service called me about an hour after that. They confirmed which pieces I had an issue with, and they shipped them the next day. And I got them, and we replaced them free of charge. Shipping was free for everything. Shipping was free, and it was awesome, and I absolutely love it. The other thing you should know before I open the door, the lighting has changed. There are some pictures where you can see the light. We went to Lamps Plus, my husband and I, and picked out, I wanted a chandelier. I wanted sparkly, droopy, crystal-y chandelier. I have one in my closet in the master bedroom, and I love it. But because of the size, that it wouldn't work, so we had to pick something smaller. So we went with this, and at first I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like it, but he installed it, and I love it. And he was kind enough to put a switch in that's motion sensory, so when I open the door, the light comes on. I don't ever have to like fiddle if my hands are full. It's fun, like with clothes, some of them you can kick, and the trunk opens. It's kind of like that, except I don't have to kick anything. I just open it and light.
Sounds like it's time to open it.
Yeah, you want to see?
Let's take a look.
I'm not wearing jammies. This is crazy.
I'm not either.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
La 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 la. La 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 la. So let's start at the top. These baskets up here, these came from Sam's Club. Those are empty. In fact, the only baskets with anything in them are actually at the bottom, and there's only three. Only 3 baskets have anything in them. We'll get to that. Sam's Club. I went yesterday and got the rest of the baskets because I think they look nice. Sam's Club, if you want baskets. It's 2 of them for $15. I think it's 14 something. They also have brown ones. Okay, so this is my Simply Soft. This is also Simply Soft. This is not Simply Soft. This is other, something else. And this down here is mostly Red Heart with a smattering of Simply Soft that I found after I had already done all that. And I didn't want to go back. So
what do you do?
I hardly crochet anymore,
crochet.
But I do have in the past crocheted. This is an empty shelf. This section is shoe storage when you're doing the building of the cabinet. This is normal storage. This down here is shoe storage. That's why it's closer together. But I thought extra shelves would be smart. This is the new DMC. This is just some color chart thingies. And then we go into diamond painting. And that's what all that is. And there's diamond painting in that box. One of these shelves, probably the one that looks empty, actually has rolled up diamond paintings in it.
Yes.
Puzzles. That's self-explanatory. This is a hanging part, and the reason I have hanging is because this is supposed to be kind of a guest bedroom. I mean, we have an actual guest bedroom down the hall, but this was Alyssa's old room, which is now my thinking room. And so if it ever got changed back for any reason, like she decided to move back home or whatever, hanging would be somewhat necessary to make this a closet. And if we were going to sell the house, which I don't ever want to do, especially now that I have this closet. So that's why both of these are hanging. But there's all the puzzles. And then I have my finishes. Recognize that from like last week? And diamond painting finishes. Ooh. Ah. So I can hang things there until I actually fully finish them. Then this is a travel bag for cross stitch that I've had, and behind that is my castle because it's on that giant frame that makes it difficult to put pretty much anywhere. Empty baskets. Paint by number. I don't do that often, but occasionally I do it. I believe that's an empty shelf. This is my ugly birds, which actually belongs in there, but the Q-snap doesn't really fit in this bag, so I just stuck it up there. These are my metallic threads. These are all my whips. These are the things that I'm currently working on, except for that one. This one is kitted, but I haven't started it, and I like the purple, so I stuck it up here. Can you see in the drawers?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll show you, but can you see?
Yes.
This is my favorite drawer.
Oh, I haven't seen that
Isn't that beautiful? That's a bunch of my DMC. And that's also why I have the cards over here, because it's difficult. Like, I need a 622. Like, what is that? But if you know the color, then you can. And see, like, some of them are crazy old, and some of them are, like, brand new. This drawer is not going to look very nice, but it will be when I do everything. This is when I had bought a bunch of floss off of eBay, and so we were bobbinating it and sticking it in little bags. So I just tossed it all in there, but I'm not sure I want to bobbinate anymore, so I don't really know what I'm going to do with that. Down here is my bag stuff, so like these bags for this and my little taggies. And then also this kind of bag is over here. And then my cute little notions pouch. And that was a stitchy thing that goes with that, but I'm not stitchy. Crochet-y. Crochet-y thing. This drawer is empty. Oh, so much extra space. This drawer has the crochet project Granny made that I'm trying to protect as long as Taco's around. These are things that I had kind of started, but they're not, it's more sample-y, like test stitching stuff, so that just has a nice home there. And then down here, these are all my kits and patterns that have not been started. Beautiful.
Looks like a lot more when they're all in a box.
Yeah. And I did put like I have the fabric for a few of them, and I just kept them together rather than putting them in a bag, since I don't know when I'm gonna start and the floss isn't kitted. So empty shelf. This is a project, but it's in a bag, and I thought I'll just leave it here. This is going to be my Christmas Afghan, if Audrey, if she gets her fabric soon enough, I will be starting that.
And that's the tote that people hadn't seen yet.
Yes, this is a tote that I had not showed you, with a really pretty zipper. All different colors. But I have it in there because the Christmas Afghan is over a yard of fabric. I think it's almost 2, is it 1.75? Something like that. It's huge, so I can't really stick it in a normal project bag. Now these were all things that I found that were really old projects. Super old projects is what I call them on my wheel. And so I bagged them all up, and now when I spin the wheel and it lands on super old project, I go to my super old project wheel, and it's one of these. But they're all tagged, they're all amazing. Okay, the 2 that I touched actually are not. These are kitted, and I haven't started them. One is a Heaven and Earth, and one is a Mirabilia. But most everything else, is really old stuff from like 20 or 30 years ago, before I had kids, or when I just barely had kids. This is all extra DMC and extra little, I love these little containers. And then these are the crochet projects that I had started, and when we moved I had just boxed them into a big box, and so if I ever want to finish those I can. And then I have just my crochet patterns and things like that, and the only other thing in here is diamond painting diamonds. That's it. That's it. Every shelf in here is adjustable, minus 1 or 2, they call them fixed, like the top ones. And then I think like this one is fixed because of how it fits with the drawers. But otherwise they're all adjustable. And this was a shoe section again, and these are the normal distance between the shelves. But these are the little shoe ones.
But you can make them how big and small. Whatever you want.
I could.
Yeah, fit your needs.
Yeah. If you notice at the top of the light, the decorative thing on the outside of the light attached to the ceiling, that was something that my husband had bought a while ago, and then he painted it, and he said, hey, you want me to make it work with that? And I was like, yes, please. And I think it makes the entire light. So, yeah, I really like that. It fancies it up in here. I look all elegant and crap.
There you go.
I love my closet. extra space in there still. I think I need to go buy stuff. But this is pretty much empty now too. I have some fabric in the bottom. I could have put it on the shoe shelves, and I had initially planned to, but it just doesn't look that amazing, and I thought, I'll just leave it in the drawer. That protects it too from dust. There's a couple of flosses, some tools, and a couple of diamond paintings that I had started up here. And for now I'm keeping my needle minders out here, but eventually my husband's going to build me a magnetic needle minder holder thingy. He's working on a way to get it so it looks like wood, and then we're going to put that in there. And I might get a hook or two, just, you know, to hang junk. I don't know.
If you're lucky, maybe you'll get a fairy coming through the fairy door and giving you goodies.
Hi!
Hi!
Don't you love my closet?
You can sit in here.
You can.
There's floor.
I spent a lot of time sitting in here trying to decide where to put things because I have all this extra space.
It's exciting.
It is.
Can I have a high five?
Stuff.
Bam!
Yet she still doesn't want to do a closet on her own.
Not a closet person.
How could you not want this for the closet?
It is a pretty cool. It's a big transformation.
I love my closet.
That's for sure.
Thank you for watching. This is a channel about stitching, and this is February 4th, 2020. Bye!
If you are interested in using Easy Closets, we're going to show you how their website works because it's a really cool design thing. So you log on and it's very easy to find the design tool. They offer design templates for multiple different kinds of rooms, and then once you log into that little area, that design area, they give you 3 options. They give you the option to give them the measurements of the room so they can do an accurate measurement, or to guess, but they also have a design feature where you can contact someone who's real and they will design it for you. If you choose the specific measurement option, then you have to put in the measurements of each wall, which is what Julie's doing now. So that way it has an idea of what will fit in the space you have. And then you can choose which walls you want cabinetry in. You likely won't want it on all of your walls. First, Julie just picks this one, but later she goes back and adds extra walls. You can also choose whether you want your cabinets to be floating or stuck to the ground. The ones in her closet are floating, in case you didn't notice. Then, once you go to the wall that you've picked, you can change what color cabinets are, what kind of hardware they have, but also what kind of cabinets they are just in general. You can do hanging, drawers, shoe kind of shelves, regular shelving, and a lot of other options. Also keep in mind that pretty much all of the shelves are adjustable, so it really just picking the different ones kind of just determines how many shelves you get, and also gives you a good idea of what it's going to look like. You can also adjust how wide and how narrow each of the shelves are in each of the little brackety areas too. There's lots you can customize, and also remember that you can use their designing services so someone can actually help you if you're not that tech savvy. So you can see Julie added more of the walls in, so that way we could have a better idea of what the 3D looks like. So you can see she just threw in some extra cabinets, and there's your 3D rendering. That's a new tool they have this year. And so it gives you a really good idea of what your space is going to look like. We highly recommend Easy Closets. Obviously, they're not sponsoring us or anything, but we've used them multiple times, and they're pretty awesome. So check them out.